Good morning. So many things happening in the news. I'm going to pick one thing from the news and one thing from what I covered yesterday. So I'm going to circle back, as is the popular saying, and delve a little bit deeper into the point I was trying to make yesterday because someone came to my bit shoot and unknowingly to them made my point for me. So we're going to start out today looking at the tremendous, disgusting hypocrisy of the left. This is from Breitbart. George Conway denies close ties to Lincoln Project co-founder John Weaver. They penned an op-ed together. I could play this, but I'm not going to play this today. I'm just going to read through this. We'll talk about it a little bit at the end. Anti-Trump Lincoln Project co-founder George Conway tried to put distance between himself and his colleague John Weaver, who has been accused of online harassment, sending sexually explicit messages to young men on Monday, contending that he did not know him very well. Conway reacted to the allegations lodged against his colleague during a Monday appearance on Morning Joe, calling it terrible and awful and appalling and unfathomable. Quote, "I didn't know John very well," he claimed. "Frankly, I only spoke to him a couple of times," close quote. I don't even know what to say, he continued, adding that the turn of events left him speechless. However, in late 2019, Conway strongly promoted an op-ed penned by himself, Steve Schmidt, Rick Wilson, and John Weaver, the last of whom faces accusations of sending provocative messages to young men. One of the accusers said he began receiving the messages as an adolescent. The introductory op-ed served as an explainer on why they decided to start the Lincoln Project, citing the quote, corruption and corrosive nature of Donald Trump, close quote. Fruit of the poisonous tree, folks. All right, let me get through this. And describing the super PAC as a joint effort to, quote, highlight our country's story and values and its people's sacrifices and obligations, close quote. They never want to do what they say. This is the furthest thing from their goals and aspirations. They want to suppress the vote. Over these next 11 months, our efforts will be dedicated to defeating President Trump and Trumpism at the ballot box and to elect those patriots who will hold the line, Conway wrote alongside Weaver and other co-founders. Quote, "We do not undertake this task lightly, nor from ideological preference. We have been and remain broadly conservative or classically liberal in our policies and outlooks," close quote. They continued, quote, "Our many policy differences with national Democrats remain, but our shared fealty toward the Constitution dictates a common effort," they added. I have to keep moving along, so I'm going to have links to all of this stuff down in the comments section, down in the, not the pinned comment, but you know what I'm talking about. I'll have it down there. I'll have it right down below where I'm at right now. I encourage you to read it, because I got to get to this. This is the real reason they invented the Lincoln Project. To defeat Trump. They say it in there, but they say it for different reasons, and they say they're going to do it different ways. The suspect behind the right-wing troll account, Ricky Vaughn, was arrested by federal authorities Wednesday for spreading, quote, disinformation, close quote, through memes during 2016 presidential race and an alleged, quote, election interference, close quote, scheme to limit black voter turnout. Listen, you can see the quote marks. I'm going to stop doing that. It's a habit because I want you to know when it's quotes, but you can see this. As I'm reading it, you can see it. 31-year-old Douglas Mackey is accused of conspiring with others to encourage black voters through social media to cast their ballots via text message. If convicted of the one conspiracy against rights charge, Mackey could be imprisoned for up to 10 years. The acting assistant attorney general of the Justice Department's Criminal Division, Nicholas McQuaid, stated on January 27th that Mackey, quote, infringed one of the most basic and sacred rights guaranteed by the Constitution, the right to vote. Seth Deschamps, the acting U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, proclaimed that there is, quote, no place in public discourse for lies and misinformation to defraud citizens of their right to vote, close quote. I said I was going to quit that, didn't I? With Mackey's arrest, we serve notice that those who would subvert the democratic process in this manner cannot rely on the cloak of the internet anonymity to evade responsibility for their crimes, Deschamps added. They will be investigated, caught, and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. William Sweeney, the assistant director in charge of the FBI's New York field office, insisted that Mackey's actions, quote, amounted to nothing short of vote theft. It is illegal behavior and contributes to the erosion of the public's trust in our electoral process, Sweeney maintained, noting that protecting every American citizen's right to cast a legitimate vote is a key to the success of our republic. Many on the political right question the validity of their arguments. The federal government alleges that Mackey's memes deprived American citizens of their right to vote. If this case proceeds, then why haven't the FBI arrested the numerous other left-wing social media figures who are just as guilty of voter suppression? Why? This one guy made memes, arrested. These people start these very official sounding Lincoln projects to suppress votes. One is apparently a pedophile, is an accused child buggerer. That's okay? Stealing votes? Child buggery? These things are okay? They say that they're conservative or classical liberals, but these people are rhinos at best. Commie scumbags. Probably. Twitter verified comedian Christina Wong's political sketch from the same election year remains online and posted on Twitter with over 680,000 views. Let's look at this real quick. Why not? Oh yeah, my account here is suspended, but oh well. We'll still look at this.
Everybody, this is Christina Wong. Hey everybody, this is Christina Wong. And I'm coming out. I'm a Trump supporter. And I just want to remind all my fellow Chinese Americans for Trump, people of color for Trump, to vote. Vote for Trump on Wednesday, November 9th. Really important day. We're going to show this country who's boss. And that's our man, Donald Trump. So don't forget to vote Donald Trump on November 9th. Hey everybody, this is Christina Wong. And I'm coming out. I'm a Trump supporter.
Vote November 9th. That was the
remind,
catch. That was... So I was waiting for her to say vote by text or something, but you can see that they actually said to vote November 9th.
Don't forget to vote Donald Trump on November 9th.
If you don't remember, November 8th was the election. This person's going to jail, right? They said they were going to use every bit of power to arrest, persecute, prosecute, destroy. Wrong. And the iconic red "Make America Great Again" hat. Wong, I should have said. Wrong, it would have been good, but Wong. And the iconic red "Make America Great Again" hat told Trump supporters to also skip the poll lines and text in their votes. Text votes are legit. Our vote tomorrow on Super Wednesday, she tweeted on November 8th, 2016. Super Wednesday. She lied. I mean, I understand it's a meme. Anybody that doesn't, know when to vote probably shouldn't be doing it. Why would you go back and vote in another rigged election? Project Lincoln, the anti-Trump group of Democrat operatives discussed as disaffected GOP members blasted across social media platforms at the beginning of January. The Lincoln Project told their followers, hashtag don't vote for hashtag rhinos, like Republican incumbent David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. in the Georgia runoffs of January 5th. Here it is. Here's the evidence. I could keep going on this, but their tactics are simple. And it does come down very strongly to unpersoning people. And I believe in free speech. I have in the past taken down things that I thought were pornographic and terrible in nature that came across on my channel. And I realized in doing so, I was doing wrong. Let people say what they want to say. Let them do what they want to do. Then shine a light on those things and disinfect them. Now, I was speaking about unpersoning folks yesterday. I told nothing but the truth about gun laws in Germany under Adolf Hitler, a horrible, terrible bigot that hated people, even though his grandmother, he was Jewish, had Jewish blood in him, and his grandmother was Jewish. He hated these people. He wanted to destroy them, and he had to unperson them. He had to put them all in a group, and the power of his bigotry lives on today. It doesn't only live on in the Democrats, it lives on in what I would assume is a neo-Nazi. I don't know. This person didn't say they were a neo-Nazi, but reading what they say here, it kind of points to that. So I'll let them say if they're a neo-Nazi, if they ever want to respond to this, but this is battle fiercely. They're speaking to me. You have no clue about World War II history. You're just repeating lies from communist Jews. Well, I'm Jewish. I'm not a communist, but I wasn't repeating lies from anyone. I was giving you opinions from this one specific Jew that is not a communist. It's important that you know that. You'll see why later. They own the media. They, boy, it's this big they. Maybe he's unpersoning a group of people. They own the media. They wrote the history. They own the banks. They have hundreds of dual citizen Israelis in our Congress, Senate, President's cabinet. Citation, please. If there's hundreds, I would ask that you just give me 100 names of people in these positions that have dual citizenship. Okay? Or our judicial system, our CIA and NSA. Fascism was designed to stop communism. That's what this person says. I said I was ignorant about history and what things were, but fascism was developed to stop communism. Jewish Bolshevik takeovers of Italy, Spain, and Germany, and several other European countries in the early 1920s and 1930s. Hitler loosed firearm regulations, allowing all Germans to own firearms one way or another. Communist criminals and seditious Jews, and then he says this is why it was important, all Jews. He's saying, if I was alive then, I guess, me, I don't know, do you mean me now? Are we all in a group here? Which are communists, were not allowed to have guns. So all, he said one way or another, he loosed the gun laws and allowed Germans to own firearms, except for communists, criminals, and seditious Jews, which are all Jews, which are communists, were not allowed to have guns. My point is and was this. In that, if you go back to BitChute, if you're here watching on BitChute, it's the last video, I actually put citation in there, and I linked to a paper that shows exactly what he's saying. But he makes my point with what he's saying. These seditious Jews were German citizens. They were not allowed to have guns. They were unpersoned. There was a huge list. He did not link. How did he put this? Loosen firearm regulations by any stretch of the imagination. There was no loosening. There was an unpersoning of a certain group of people. They were disarmed, and then once they were disarmed, they were put in cattle cars. They were driven far away from their homes, a lot of cases to other countries. They were tortured. They were starved. They were executed. I'm not saying how many. I'm not going to get into that argument. I'm not going to say that they were all Jewish people. They were all people that Hitler's Nazi regime decided were unpersons. Therefore, had no right to guns, therefore had no right to life and liberty. Study history. Learn it. Don't let yourself fall into either ditch. Stay in the middle. Keep your head about you. Exercise. Exercise your mind. Read a book. Try to find your answers in a book. It's very difficult nowadays. But if you go to the right library, if you go to a big library, there's lots of information there. Dust that book off, open it up, turn pages, exercise your mind, and be good to your friends, be good to your family members, be good to your loved ones. Be quick to say you're sorry. Be even quicker to accept an apology, especially when that thing your friend, your family member, or your loved one has done seems to be so huge, you'll never be able to forget about it. Because, constant viewers, skinheads out there listening, at a time you think not, your friends, your family members, your loved ones, your life, everything you hold dear will depart from you.